My name is Sebastian. I am the manager of the Sherry Frontenac Hotel. Right now we're actually inside of the bar. The bar is a 70s speakeasy, vibe and style. Trying to bring it back to, your old school 70s, Studio 54 and, Scarface type era. Wow. The reason why I chose that was because the hotel was built in 1948. It has slowly been renovated, the bar itself, but the last time the bar was renovated was in the 2000s. It was renovated old school. That being said, I have to go with kind of I can't go too far, it can't go too new. On top of that, I personally love the 70s. That is disco night. Disco is really, I'm really passionate about. It's the only kind of music that you can really group to. That's mainly the reason why, I chose a 70s bar. Well, I had zero bar manager experience before this bar. This bar was kind of my startup into this industry. I was kind of just running a bar. It was a kosher bar, running for about 2 years, but I wasn't personally the bar manager. I was kind of the person that ran the bar. Nobody was looking, nobody was, doing anything, but I would say I was the bar manager then. That gave me the opportunity to work with that industry. The owners of this place are Jewish as well, and that community is very, very, close together. So it's hard to get into a place without any help. I was able to get in here through a friend of mine. He's Jewish, and they trust him a lot. So here I am. They trust me a lot as well, I hope. So this place, when I got it, it was very, very dry, very empty. We had to go from lighting to DJs to sound system to creating a better drink menu to playing with the drink menu, seeing what was surrounding us from the beach side to the front side. Yes, we do have a lot of competition here. The hotel is all behind us. Everybody is putting in work. They've been doing this for a long time. And the front of the house too. Everywhere in that strip, it's booming. This place is not dead ever. It is mid-beach, so a lot of the wealthier middle class will hang out around this area to stay away from all the partying. That being said, I'm bringing the party into the mid-beach. So, Speedy Bartender in Miami, it's the only thing you really want to be. Because here, everybody is coming in, grabbing their drink, and leaving. And if you don't have anything to bring out to them, if you don't have that speed, you don't have that voice, if you're not being heard or seen while you're making that drink here in Miami, is just another bar, and in Miami, it's huge. You got to have a personality to be able to bartend. You have to be quick, and you have to keep a conversation. It's not just like, let me make you a drink, I'll be right back. No, you have to be part of that drink with that person, every single drink, because we have too much competition. And the next person that talks to them, they're gonna stick on that side. We got to grab everything, every person. The hospitality is the game, so you're not really doing anything else but just being yourself. Growing up in this bar industry, I have became a very competitive bartender, but that is what helps me thrive. I do it in like a way that we're gonna grow together, and what I learned, I always try to show those other people so they're not staying behind. So we're always at the same level in a way. It doesn't matter if I was a bartender or now that I'm bar manager, always trying to make them as good as I am, or me to be as good as they are, we learn every day. We learn every single day. For 2025, we have a lot of things coming up. Yeah, my first year, we did about 93 events here, and so far right now, I have about 40 already booked for this year. And even talking about slow season, August, already have a few bookings for then. In bookings as in events that are being brought out from other places from the United States. I have Denver, I have Mexico City, I have LA, and I might have Washington. We're still working on that. But all these communities are coming in and they're starting to know the bar a little more. And to pick up on that, I am creating a lot more events in other venues. I'm expanding myself as a brand, not just keeping it here. Here, this is my home, but we all gotta grow. And this is the hospitality, you know, and if somebody asks for help, we got to give them that help, especially when it comes to making a place great, you know. And if I see the limits of my place, we got to play with that, and there's bigger things out there too that we can work with, you know. And it's this industry, from the promoters to the DJs to the bartenders, they all have to help each other because it's all one big team. It's not just a bar, nice bar, good DJ. Everything has to come in together to be able to create a good place, a good atmosphere. So in 2 to 3 years, I am hoping to, you know, I was already offered to take over this bar, but that was a little too soon. I'm hoping to be able to take over this bar, to make it actually my baby. You know, this is my baby, but make it actually my real baby. That's one of the opportunities that has opened up in this industry, and the only way to do that, you know, is by keeping up with what I have going on right now and not stopping. It can't stop. This is not the time to stop. This is a time where everybody's thriving, and 2025 seems to be the year where a lot of things are gonna happen. You know, so this is what marks the start right here. So being a dad, and even as my fiance, you know, she also struggled because she's also in the night industry. We had to balance back and forth between who's gonna work in the day, who's gonna work in the night, who's gonna have the better job so the other one can eventually become something. It's really hard. It's really hard. From getting home at 6 in the morning and waking her up and making her breakfast and sending her off to school or driving her to school, and then finally falling asleep after a 15-hour shift, then to go pick her up, you know, in the weekends, not being able to spend too much time, but I still make the time, you know, we still go to the park, we still do this extra stuff. 5 hours sleep is not enough, but that's what an industry dad has to go through, you know, just to be there for your kid.